Hey guys, welcome back to SpacedTime. It's been about 2 weeks and 2 weeks since I launched on Product Hunt. And today, I want to go over some of the metrics, um, same metrics that we went over last time after like 2 days of or 4 days of Product Hunt. But it's now been about 2 weeks and I want to see like how the metrics have changed, how much has increased. I'll also be reviewing some of the changes I've made after the launch. It's not a lot, it's just very minor tweaks here and there. But I will be going over those things and mainly be talking about what I think is going to be next in the project. So I launched on March 28th, and the first day on Product Hunt, it was pretty cool. We got like 200 visitors immediately, and it started to trickle down, and pretty fast actually. But one thing I did is I also posted to another community called Lobsters, and I'm not exactly sure what happened, but the moment I posted, I was on the first page of Lobster, and that allowed me to get like 70 views on day one, and then the next day like boosted to like 300. I think I got a few more additional upvotes and got it higher, and it got me a decent amount of visitors. And if you can see, it's actually more visitors than Product Hunt was able to generate. But at the same time, the downfall, as you see on April 1st, is much faster as well. So it was really just like a 1 day thing. After it dropped out of the first page, I got no real visitors from it afterwards. And I tried again to post in another community called IndieHackers. I did get some traffic there, but it wasn't a lot. But it was just a really quick, "Hi, this is me," just introducing myself to the community. I do plan on doing more there as I start to make additional updates to SpacedTime. They allow you to create a project and set milestones that you achieve. So as I complete and achieve my milestones, I'll be posting my updates on both Product Hunt and IndieHacker as well. I think that was pretty cool that they also had that, and I feel like every single time I post, I will get some feedback, especially from the maker community. Whenever I make an update, a lot of the other makers out there are very supportive and always give you some feedback, and positive reinforcement is a important thing when you're starting from scratch and you don't have a lot of additional support elsewhere. Cool. Moving on to YouTube. I did get more viewers than before, and it has been increasing. However, the subscriber count is still very low in regards to any organic subscriber count. On the day of Product Hunt, I got 0 new subscribers. Since then, I at least got 3, but nothing to be proud of. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to improve this other than keep trying and trying new things. I'm very new to YouTube. I'm learning how to start editing my videos moving forward, and I've been watching a lot of other YouTubers giving advice on what are some of the things I can be doing. I'm getting into, like I mentioned, editing, and I'm working on learning how to use Figma to do other things to make better graphics and what is that called, thumbnail images. We'll see if that improves. NPM downloads, it did decrease, but I'm still happy that the amount of downloads I'm getting is pretty good. I think I did expect a drop, but it's still at a pretty healthy place in terms of downloads, so I'm pretty satisfied with it. I'm gonna keep a close eye on this and see how it progresses over the next few weeks. I do imagine that I think there's going to be another uptick, depending on what I end up doing next. Get clones is it ended up doing better after the launch. Not exactly sure why, but maybe it's because of the lobster community, and they're actually more engineering focused community, so they're somewhat more prone to checking out the GitHub and having npm and git available for them to test things out. So slight different from a different type of audience than Product Hunt. It's mainly engineers, so I think a lot of them were just ready to try the project out, and I did definitely get more clones and definitely a lot more stars as well. Cool. Changes since the launch. I made two main changes. One to SpacedTime.com. Let me get out of the presentation view and show you exactly, but I added in something called typed. It's an npm module that allows you to just type something in, and it looks like a typewriter and someone is typing something in. And I initially it was a this didn't exist. I tried replacing it with a GIF movie, and for some reason I thought that kind of looked weird, and it took away some of the mystery behind what it is in regards to the COI, which I think prevented people from actually clicking on the check it out on GitHub button. I did see like some kind of a conversion drop when I had the GIF. So I decided to get rid of the GIF and introduce this typewriter-ish feeling, so they get a little bit more enticed to click on the main CTA button. I haven't looked at the result of if the conversion rate has improved since then, but I imagine it may have. We're dealing with very low numbers, so it's really hard to tell. So that's one of the updates I've done. Let's see. The other update I did is I added colors to my command line application, and we can take a look at the GIF that I created. And before it was just all white text like this, and you'll see in a little bit that like I added some colors to differentiate between users seeing their own questions versus the application saying something to the user to either being successful or negative when they answer yes or no. So just some variation to the color, so it doesn't look like just this one big giant blob of text. The other thing I've done is, I don't know if you can see, can I pause a GIF image? I cannot, but in the beginning, the only two methods I had was add and recall, which is fine for just kind of getting started, but eventually you realize you want to either update because you made a mistake when you insert in the question and answer, or you want to actually just get rid of it because you don't like it. So eventually I added these additional commands into the application that allows people to see what they have, make any changes or remove things if necessary. Cool. And then next one in line is talking about, what I think is next for SpacedTime. And to backtrack a little bit, the SpacedTime project started off of me starting the Yoshimoshi YouTube channel. And the goal of the YouTube channel, if you've seen my first YouTube video, is like, it's my attempt at trying to make money on the side, not a lot. I just want to see if like I can do what a lot of other people are doing. And to be honest, I am finding that to be very difficult. I have massive amount of props for anyone that has been successful on YouTube and all the hard work that they're putting in to achieve it. There's a lot of skills that me as an engineer have not been accustomed to yet. Things like editing and writing catchy titles. It just kind of goes on and on in regards to like what I think I need to improve. So the YouTube, trying to make money from YouTube, I think is going to be a really, really, really long play. And, which brings me to SpacedTime. SpacedTime was really just content for the YouTube channel in the beginning. And, I'm at this roadblock of like, do I continue SpacedTime? If I do continue SpacedTime, I need to be confident that it can start to generate money in a certain way. I'm not looking to make a lot of money. I really want to just prove that I can get a product up that people like and use. And, I think for me, the personal version will always be free, but I have to think about, what is a version of SpacedTime that people will actually pay for. And I don't exactly know what that is, but I think it does involve, when they want to upgrade to a family plan, or when they want to upgrade to a business plan. I can see SpacedTime being used for companies that want to, have their members remember certain facts about the company. Who was the original founder of the company, for example? When was the company founded? Who was the founding member? Like, I can see like some cool things, but will they pay for something like that? I don't know. For family purposes, I see a little bit more there because, especially this whole COVID-19 experience of some kind of national emergency state. Although COVID-19 wasn't like a disaster like happening where like there's like a big fire or an earthquake, but things like what are the steps to take when there is war all of a sudden, or there's a big earthquake. How does the family get together? Where is the emergency location that people are going to meet if phone communication is offline and there's no way of communicating? I think from a family perspective, it can be cool to have things like this to train the family in regards to dire situations. And obviously, what is the Wi-Fi? I think that's another one that people tend to forget a lot, or I forget a lot. So maybe from a family perspective, that makes sense. So, I'm planning on focusing on the new user onboarding flow from the website now, because I can send traffic there, but honestly, right now they're being forwarded to GitHub, and if you're not an engineer, you can't use it. So I need to develop a web version of this, and expand like the different types of platform people can use SpacedTime on. And good thing about the web is that we can make it PWA and offer it for mobile, make it so it's offline friendly, and I'll have the ability and an API for notifications as well, which with SpacedTime is very useful. So I'm looking forward to working on those. And in regards to pricing, at this point, I don't really know like what people are willing to pay for. The only thing that I can base my pricing on at this time is thinking about when someone buys, what is the minimal amount of fees I want to pay. And Stripe off the bat takes 2.9% plus a 30 cents transaction fee. If I were to charge something like $5 a month or $10 a month, like they'll be taking a lot. So instead of thinking about in that terms, I'm really thinking about like just a one-time lifetime fee of like $14.32. And that's I did some math somehow and it came to that. And that would make it so that the fee is less than 5%, and someone who pays will have this for the rest of their lives, and I will continue to update and maintain the project for them. So, that's kind of where I'm at. I would love to hear what other people that are going to be watching this video think. Please chime in. One thing that some of the YouTube guys said is, make sure to subscribe and like this video, and, help promote this channel and help promote me make more videos like this and continue to work on SpacedTime. Thanks.